I've been loving this brand of half and half, and then sometimes they also have heavy cream available because the only ingredients in it is the milk, which is how it should be. I woke up way too late. I have been playing around a little too much with my time this morning. I was like, it's Friday. I'm gonna give myself a break. I'm not gonna set an alarm. I have to be up really early and travel tomorrow for a client. So I was like, it's Friday. I'm just gonna give myself a little bit of a break. But I have given myself too much of a break. I haven't gotten anything done. It's already 9:30. I have a meeting soon. I haven't done any work. I wanted to get more of this video already done by now, but we are literally just getting the day started. Normally, I'm up at like 6:30, maybe 5:30 if I want to get a workout in the morning, but nope, not today. I need to get my life together. So I'm gonna drink my coffee, have my meeting, do some work, and then we will touch base a little bit later and just catch up and get the day going. Let's go to my little office. So I'm taking a little bit of a break from the computer stuff for Alchemize. So now we have some time to chat about how things have been going, how recovery is going, how jujitsu training is. So I think the last video that I posted just talking about my recovery and my official getting back into jujitsu training, that was posted on April 2nd. So when I filmed that video, I had just hit 6 months post-op. I had my checkup with my surgeon and I pretty much got the clearance to do whatever I want. Of course, still being careful, but I no longer had any restrictions with movements, with exercises, and yeah, he said that, like I said, being very careful, I can start making my way back into jujitsu. So I was feeling good and I was feeling ready and brave enough, and then of course with that reassurance from my surgeon, I felt ready to start giving jujitsu a little bit of a try. So in that video, I had posted a quick little roll, a couple minutes with Todd. So for a few sessions, just me and Todd were only doing it really on Fridays for a couple of weeks because that's when our schedules align. Both of us are just way too busy to do any kind of jujitsu with each other during the week. So we trained together for a few times just to see how things felt, and everything has been feeling really good. And then about 3 weeks ago. So life got really busy and we went away to New Hampshire to visit family. I hosted the Alchemize Fightwear grappling camp with Maya, and May was just a really busy month. So Todd and I didn't really get a ton of time to do these little jujitsu sessions together until, like I said, about 3 weeks ago, I woke up one day and I just suddenly got the urge to feel like I was ready to go to actual class. And I was very nervous and apprehensive about it, and I was texting my friends, is anybody gonna be there? Who's gonna be there at what time? And what's being taught this week? And I was just making sure that a couple of the girls that I'm very close with were of course gonna be there. But I took this feeling of having this sudden urge to wanna try class, I took it as a sign that maybe my body was ready to do it, because this whole journey, every time I felt the urge to do something, to kind of step in the right direction with progress, it was like my body was ready and my body just did it. For example, just going back to the very, very baby days of, taking a shower by myself, right? When my body felt strong enough to do it, I just did it. Or when I just naturally bent down and tied my shoe for the first time, right? For a few weeks, I couldn't even imagine doing that. And then one day it was like my body was just ready to do it and I just did it. So there's all sorts of situations like that have happened over the past 8 months. And it was the same thing when I hit 6 months. I felt ready to start moving around a little bit. So then when I hit 8 months, my body just felt, I think, ready and strong enough to try a class very carefully with only people that I trust. So I just took it as a sign to give it a shot. So for the past 3 weeks, I've been trying to go to like 2 jujitsu sessions a week. And then I do usually about 4 strength workouts in addition to that. If the weather's nice, I try to go out and get a run. So I'm definitely strength training a lot and just trying to get back to where I was. But let's talk about jujitsu. So the first class that I took, it was a fundamentals gi class, and I did not expect to start rolling for another couple of months. I was like, yeah, maybe by the end of the summer, I'll start rolling. I expected to only drill with Todd for like 2 to 3 months and then go to class and just drill, and then months down the line, I would be rolling. But after drilling with my friend, she was like, no pressure, but do you want to try? And I was like, okay. And I felt comfortable with her. She was absolutely amazing. She was so gentle and she just let me flow through the movements because I wouldn't even call it a flow roll because she really wasn't doing anything. She was just letting me move my body a little bit and it felt really, really good. And then I rolled with my other friend very, very lightly and carefully and it felt great. And I felt really, really accomplished that I did that. So since then, I've taken 6 to 8 classes, I think, 6 or 7 classes. And I only drill with the girls that are going to be there and the girls that I trust. And I roll every class. Sometimes it's twice, sometimes it's 3 times. It kind of just depends on what girls are there. If if they're willing to roll with me again, which they always are. But I also don't want to take up too much of their rolling time because some people are competing. And I completely understand that, they're there to train hard and that's okay. But I'm so grateful for everyone who has trained with me so far and is so gentle and lets me move and just lets me work a little bit and just takes the time to allow me to start moving again. Royal has really amazing women and I'm so thankful for the support system that I have there. We have a really great group of women that are so kind and supportive and it's just, I can't imagine being in any other environment where you have to come back from such a tough injury. And if you don't have that support system, I can't imagine it. I don't know how I would handle it. So how do I feel when I'm rolling? I'm still very hesitant. To be honest, I'm still very scared. And I think that's normal and that's natural, anybody that's coming back from an injury. I will say though that it seems like every time that I go to class and every time that I roll, I feel like I get a little bit more confident. And I think I'm just becoming more aware of positions that I want to avoid, places that I feel comfortable. So with this injury in particular, a lot of people get the injury when their legs kind of go in the opposite direction. So if somebody falls and they do a split, pop goes the tendons. And for me, it was sort of the same thing, but with jujitsu, my hook got caught when my partner was in turtle. My upper body went one way, my leg went the other way, and that's how it happened. So any position where my leg is in full extension like that is definitely a position that I'm trying to avoid. I'm noticing that any position where my body is kind of crunched, where I'm more in a ball, that's where I feel the safest. I have really great range of motion. When I'm lying on my back, for example, and I bring my knee in towards my chest, I have great range of motion there. So that's where I feel very safe when it comes to jujitsu movements. So if I'm on top and I'm passing and I'm in, say, a home base position, I feel very safe. Passing wise, I feel pretty safe doing this little step around pass that I do. I feel safe doing a Toriando pass. Of course, I feel safe when I'm in side control. Playing guard, look, I'm a guard player. I love spider guard, De La Hiva, reverse De La Hiva. I love inverting. I love being bendy and all that kind of stuff. But those positions right now are definitely not ones that I'm trying to play, especially maybe spider guard a little bit if I use my opposite leg for the spider hook and then I can use what was my injured leg for other things to kind of knock my partner off their base. That could be something, but I'm still playing it pretty safe right now. Oddly enough, I feel the safest in half guard. And let me tell you, your girl is not a half guard player, but I find myself gravitating towards half guard, knee shield, deep half, and then I get to deep half and I'm all the way underneath and I have like no idea what to do. So I'm definitely going to have to start studying these positions a little bit more to become more confident in them because I find myself going there because I think that's where I feel the safest right now. So it is pretty interesting to see how maybe my game will change over the next couple of months, especially the more confident and comfortable that I become with rolling. I think it'll be really interesting to see the other positions that I start adding to my game and just kind of seeing how much my game changes. I'm gonna take you along to training tonight. I'm not gonna go to Royal, I'm gonna go to Peak. I'm gonna go to Todd's class and I'm gonna take you guys through a roll so you can kind of see like what I'm talking about when I say how hesitant I am, and you'll be able to see what I mean when I tell people that I just kind of feel like a potato, like a floppy rolling potato. Like I'm not really doing much, and sometimes I just feel kind of like silly, but I have to start somewhere. Everybody has to start somewhere, and just take it training session by training session. So I'm gonna take you to training tonight, and I'm gonna do a little voiceover of what exactly I think about coming back from the injury while I'm training. I'm not gonna lie. It is 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and the only thing that I've eaten today is one of these little muffins. So I have to get something in my system before I pass out. This is not usually how my day goes. By now, I've usually had breakfast, maybe some lunch, a snack, plenty of water. But waking up late today and then rushing to start working really threw off my day. So let's eat. So for a quick, easy meal, we're gonna do an egg salad sandwich. I've got some sourdough bread, eggs, Dijon mustard, mayo, dill, salt, pepper, paprika. Something that I do just want to chat about quick as I'm here making my eggs is about recovering from this injury and what it could be like for other people. So there's quite a few people now that have found my videos talking about this whole recovery process, and I'm so thankful that everybody has been finding the videos and have found them helpful, because like I've mentioned a lot, there's just not a ton of information on the internet about the recovery process and what it's really like. And I really never found anything on YouTube of people documenting it, so you can really see what you're gonna go through. But what I don't want to happen is for all of you who are getting the surgery soon or have already gotten surgery and you're in the recovery process, I don't want you to feel like you have to compare your recovery journey to mine. That's never the intention of my videos. Every person's recovery is so different. Every person's body is so different, and there's a lot of different factors that play into how well, how quick, how slow you recover from the surgery. Your age, your health status, how active you are, how well you treat your body, how good your surgeon was, and the job that he or she did. There's a lot of factors that play into recovery. And I just want you guys to know, who are going through the same thing, whatever stage of recovery you are at and whatever you've accomplished so far, you're doing great. Things are not all sunshine and rainbows over here. I am still struggling with many things to get back to where I was before the injury, and we all just got to take it one day at a time. So whatever stage you're at, whatever phase you're at, whatever things you have accomplished, no matter how many months post-op you are, you're doing amazing, and your body is doing its job. Your body is healing itself. Treat your body right, feed it well, work really hard in PT and your strength workouts, and don't ever stop doing your strength workouts, and your body will do its job. Your body will heal itself. It's a long recovery, but keep going. You will get stronger. I forgot that tonight is open mat, so I don't know if I'm gonna do gi or no gi, so I'm just gonna bring both. My War Tribe gi, honestly, this is one of the first gis I ever owned. This was my first competition gi. I love, love, love War Tribe gis, and I don't know, I feel very attached to this one. It's really old, but I'm probably never gonna get rid of it. If I do no gi, I got the Alchemized shorts, one of the new Alchemized rash guards that we have. It's the Sinker swim line. Skulls are not usually my thing. Like, I'll be real with you guys, but these rash guards are so sick, and I love the meaning behind the line. I love the logo that we have here on the sleeve. These are just so sick. I love them. And then these are just some plain black leggings, but they are a new sample for new Alchemized leggings that we will be releasing in the next couple of months. And now guys, I am not just saying this because I work for the brand. I'll be real with you guys. The current leggings that we have at Alchemized, they're not my fave. I liked them in the beginning, but they're not my fave. They need a lot of work. But the good news is that we're in the process of working with a US-based manufacturer, and these leggings that I have right here on my bed are potentially the nicest leggings that I've ever worn. They're amazing, and I cannot wait until the product is finished and we can get them into everybody's hands. Okay, and here we go. So I stand up, I get my foot to the inside of his legs, I get head control, I crouch down and then lift my hips so that I can make space to cut my knee through to smash his hips. I still have head control, I get an underhook, and then you'll see I use my right foot to clear his leg. That opens up his backside and gives me space to then cut to the other side. Here I'm just controlling his hips, but he's still able to frame, and then he just sits right up, which is really annoying. I have his hips, but I'm trying to figure out what to do with my left hand, and then I'm like, oh wait, maybe I should trap his wrist, but he's able to still spin around, and then I just fall right into his close guard. He's just so big. I start to stand up, which kind of makes me a little nervous because it's sort of that deadlifting position, but he's very gentle and he pretty much opens up right away. Here, I'm just trying to get rid of his grip on my right hand, and then once I do, I can control that outside De La Hiva. I step out of his guard. I don't want to get too entangled in it, and then now I'm just trying to control his legs. I do a little step around pass, and I'm trying to just kind of get comfortable again and move side to side. I get to sort of this home base position, and I try to cut my knee through, and now normally I would have sort of exploded and done a big back step, but I'm just trying to move around and be pretty careful. So here I'm now getting a little entangled in his legs, and then I realize I can just kind of spin back around. He starts setting up his guillotine grip. He lets go, and then I push his right leg down so I can cut my right knee through. He's framing here, so it's hard to control his hips, and then I just decide to bring my left knee to his belly and roll for the toe hold, but I missed it, and now I'm just kind of playing around with the legs. I'm trying to keep my hooks behind his knees to keep control of his legs, and I pull myself into sort of this like single leg X, kind of figuring out if I want to go to 50-50 or not. And I'm keeping control of his ankle, control of his knee, and he starts to turn out. I possibly want to try to set up a heel hook, but I completely lost his knee line. Guys, I'm a little rusty. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to just flow through everything. And now I have the idea to get the back off of this position. So I'm trying to stay really sticky, keep my hooks tight, keep control of his ankles. And normally here I would have exploded up and probably tried to get my hooks in and his seatbelt, but I'm very scared of taking the back right now because that's how the injury happened. So I just come up on top, and again, he's framing and I'm trying to control his hips. I posture back up. All I'm doing right now is just trying to control his legs and not get too tangled up into his guard. Here, I remember realizing that my legs were they weren't in a weird position, but for me, they did. I felt a little bit off balance, and I'm just trying to be really careful about knowing what position my legs are in. I do my little step around pass and kind of combine that with a little bit of a Toriando. He starts to invert, but I do this weird thing, and I realize that if I just trap the leg and I cup his hip, I'm able to come around to the side. And you'll see we're starting to laugh here because I just figured out that I could do that. And he was like, oh, I wasn't expecting you to do that. But now he is posturing up. I'm trying to maintain that hip control, but he starts getting control of my head, and to be quite honest, I didn't really know what to do here. I probably could have been a little bit more aggressive from here with my passing, but we're just sort of moving around a little bit, and I'm trying to not get too caught up in the choke. So he lets go, and I move my body to the opposite side, and I end up in the exact same place. Normally, back in my day, I was pretty bendy. So from here, I would have been more aggressive, applying more pressure, been able to get my head out, and I would have been able to probably maneuver my hips in a way where I could probably just jump my hooks to the inside of his hips, but that's definitely not something that I wanted to do right now. So I'm trying to just maintain control of his hips, and then I invert and come around and square back up. Here you'll see I start to set up the triangle, and you'll notice that my left knee is still very bent because I'm a little afraid of extending that leg. So that's why I didn't jump for the triangle. So I decide to trap the arm and push it to the outside of my hip to set up the omoplata. He starts to roll through, and instead of letting go, I try to maintain control of his far hip so that I don't get pulled into a triangle myself, or he's not able to completely get his guard back. I come around, I collapse the hip, and then the time runs out. And that's just kind of how it goes these days. Very gentle, flowy, and just moving around through the positions. And it does feel really good to be able to do this. And I'm very satisfied, and I'm happy and I feel good. And I'm so grateful that I'm able to move around like this a little bit. And I'm just going to keep working hard. And, you know, hopefully in the next couple of months, I can intensify the rolls a little bit. But we're just going to continue to take it training session by training session and just keep getting stronger. Even though I am happy with where I am at right now, I still kind of look at these rolls and I'm like, ugh, you know, there's so much more that I wish I could do. And even when I am rolling, like, I just want to be quick and I want to be powerful and I want to explode. And there's just so much that I want to do. Like, I just want to go, go, go. And I can't. So it's tough, but I'm happy with the progress that I've made. And I just have to keep working hard, and I just hope that one day I can get back to where I was. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments if there's any other videos now that I'm kind of training again that you guys want to see. Let me know. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to my channel. I'm slowly getting to that 10,000 subscriber mark, and I'm so thankful and I'm so excited. And until the next video, I will see you guys next time.